Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, the Ohio Patriot, and this is another gaming chat for The Walking Dead survivors for today's little quick chat here. It's not going to be more than probably 10 minutes or so. We want to talk about some server relocation stuff. So basically, we just finished up Season 4 in Walking Dead Survivors game. I was in the coalition that took first, third clan in the first coalition is what it was. And basically, since then, I guess there's been a lot of issues going on behind closed doors that nobody really mentioned to anybody except like in the last 24 hours. Here's what it is, which really isn't even the last 24 hours, like the last basically 3 hours that I've been talking to people about. And had I not, discussed personally with a couple people, I would have basically been left in the dust at this point, which sucks ass and is really disgusting to me. Being that I've been with some of these people since the first season of this game is what it is. And you would think, being there together for almost a year now, that you would be like, hey, maybe we should let these people in on what the hell's going on here is what it is. And specifically tell them, like, straight up, be like, oh, hey, like these server relocations are happening. Like, maybe y'all should jump ship over here is what it is. Because we're all going to do that pretty soon is what it is. So, yeah, I guess maybe they just, assume that we all are watching and paying attention or whatever the case be. I wasn't really much is what it was until the one guy brought it forth, like here in like the last 4 or 5 hours now is what it was, and was basically talking about he was going to jump ship. And I'm like, okay, well, if you got R4s telling me like, hey, I'm going to jump ship, you probably should too. And then me, talking to them behind closed doors is what it is, and discussing with the that person and the main leader of the clan being like, what's going on here? And she's finally like, oh yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here too is what it is. Like, you should probably do the same as what it is then. So yeah, it's just sad. And it could be one of those things where it slipped your mind. Who knows, man? It probably is. Would be my guess, honestly, at this point. She's got real life stuff going on and all that stuff like that. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. But like, I don't know. I've heard from some other people about it being kind of scummy to begin with. What's fucked up to me too, actually, is going and discussing for a minute here what's going on here is what it is. So when you look at what's going on with our clan currently is what it is, you basically have the two other clans in the coalition basically saying fuck us is what it is, and claiming that we weren't really doing much of anything during this entire, last 60 days or something like that, which is absolute bullshit. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have taken half the fucking comms that they did in this last season here. They wouldn't have actually taken number one had it not been for us basically picking up the slack is what it was. Because the thing is, even like I would say about probably a good 10 people that they flipped over to blue shouldn't even been in blue, honestly. They should have been here with us in gold is what it is. And the thing is, like, half of the people that were flipping over there and stuff like that, how the hell they got accepted, I have no idea, unless they were willing to pay to win is what it was. Because I know for a fact, when they left, they were fucking lower ranked than I was. They had less power than I do. So it's like, how the hell are you going to have a bunch of dudes that are like mid to low grade T8s, if even that for that matter, in a secondary coalition, or sorry, secondary clan in the coalition, yet meanwhile, people like myself, who are, we're high T8s at that point, now we're T9 is what it is, across the board in the main account, and then we're about almost 2/3 T9 right now on the secondary account, and we just started our stuff for the builds in the third account, which will be about 40-ish days from now, and then I think I have one in there that's like 32-ish days right now. That'll be, most of the rest of next season it'll be then. I'll do speed ups and stuff throughout the time period, though, just make sure that gets done faster than what it is then. So it'll be probably like halfway through next season. What it'll be, because I think next season 5 will be at least 60 days in too. So it'll be like halfway through that or less when I get my first T9s, and then that'll be the case then in that third account. And the thing of it is, it's like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like sitting here and I'm like, twiddling my thumbs and shit, and I'm just like, okay, so what the hell's really going on is what it is. And from my understanding, the one dude that was ER4 was basically telling it like it was, and was straight up saying to us, like, hey, all you guys who are like R3s, R2s, etc. in this clan have no fucking clue what's been going on for like the last basically 45 to 60 days in this whole thing right now. And what's fucked up to me is, to start out with, you had people in our original clan from our region who were basically they were basically mixed between like ask and told. Oh, we need you to basically come over here to, for you to be, for your other people to be part of this whole thing is what it was. And they're like, okay, cool, we can do that. But to let you know, if at any time we feel like you're fucking us over is what it is, like we're going to jump back over to that part of the clan, then is what it would be then. None of that ever happened, though, by the way. None of them ever jumped back, because apparently it all worked out, I guess, in the long run, for them anyway. And my thought process on the whole thing is like, okay, so you were willing to obviously jump ship like that, which I understand you did what you needed to do to get, stronger is what it was then. And it was basically, in that case, the way I look at that was kind of the iron sharpens iron kind of thing is what it is then. Because you have, at least one of those guys that jumped over was our little mini whale, and then you had a couple other people that were sort of semi-pay to wins is what it was. I'm not sure how much they were actually paying out to win, but they were definitely paying like some amount every month is what it was to buy like boxes and stuff like that is what it ended up being then. And so my thinking is, obviously you have that be a whole situation there. And, you're doing what benefits you the greatest is what it is. And then obviously in the long run, what would benefit the rest of us is what it is then. But I guess at some point here in the last like second half of the season, you basically had a bunch of the people from what is Aqua right now telling us, or telling the leadership of Gold, like, oh, we're debating if we want to just kick you guys out of here is what it is. Or we're debating if you want to restructure your entire fucking clan, basically. Oh, you want to invite new people into the clan and kick out the dead weight that actually exists here? Oh, you can't do that for some reason. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, how the hell is that even, like, what the hell kind of mental retardation is that shit, honestly, dude? Like, you're going to tell grown-ass adults, like, oh, we know you have, like, 20 people sitting over here that have done nothing this entire fucking season for you, but yet you could kick them out and get other better players from other clans around here and make this coalition as a whole stronger and better in the long run for not only this season, but future seasons. But no, we're going to become full-blown dictator assholes about this whole thing and be like, no, fuck you. You can't do that. And oh, by the way, then we're going to shit on top of you on that one and claim, oh, no, you're actually the dead weight in this whole fucking coalition is what it is. To where we might like zero your asses at some point. And that's where it basically got me to be like, fuck this, I'm jumping ship now. Because when you tell me that I have spent the last year of my life playing this game pretty much, and now I have the threat to where I'm almost to the fucking top of the fucking mountain right now when it comes to trooper dudes that can be produced out of there, which would be T10s, obviously, which is it's still gonna be a while before I can do that because it's just flasks and shit. So I'm guessing it'll be at least another 6 months or so, probably. But yeah, you're telling me, like, while I'm in the mix right now of, like, mid-level T9, that somehow you're going to threaten to potentially not only zero me, but the rest of the clan in that thing just because you can, because you're a bunch of pay-to-wins. That's fucked up, man. Like, that's fucked up. And my biggest problem with that is when you're telling the leadership of this clan that, but then the leadership of the clan isn't informing the entire rest of the clan, it's pretty fucked up, man. And now I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, do I really want to leave with the rest of these people is what it is. But then in the same vein of things, I'm just like, I've been with them this long. Might as well just stay with them is what it is. Like, there might not be a full-blown communication there all the time is what it is, but there's definitely some at some point then is what it'll be then. So, I don't know. I do plan on jumping ship. I already got my thing set up right now for the cross-region deal here. It'll be about 8 or 9 hours from now is when it ends, and then I'm on the short list of everything right now to jump ship is what it'll be then. And I'm kind of like, and I've told people before that I was like, oh, the unknowns and stuff like that, like, oh, it's going to be sad, whatever the case be. But then I'm all like, right now I'm thinking about it from my perspective of things, and I'm just like, I had no idea all this was going on when I said all that shit. So yeah, that completely changes my thought process entirely. And I'm just like, nah, fuck this, dude. I'm getting the fuck out of here is what it is. And like right now, I'm just other people. I'm like, better do the same, bro. Like, and all they really have to do, honestly, is look at who's like jumping on the list to like change servers and stuff like that. And it's like the majority of the people who would be carrying a bunch of the rallies right now. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to go with them and fuck all y'all is what it is. Like, I don't even know half you motherfuckers for like any more than like a couple weeks now is what it is, or like maybe like a month now or something. And it's like I've known all these people for like last year of my life almost is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with them now. And good luck to the rest of you. The thing that sucks to me though is the people that actually jumped to our server thinking that it was gonna be sort of peaceful is what it was then. And as far as I'm aware, they can't re-jump for another 30 days now. So it's like, sucks to be you, doesn't it? Like, hope you survive for the next like season, really, and hopefully you can jump after that. Then, if that be the case, then. But yeah, I don't know. My thinking process, my whole thought process, the whole thing was before I knew about everything going on right now internally was, why would I leave a good thing basically for the unknown? And now knowing that, there's that possibility of like, oh, you could be, you go to sleep one day and then wake up fucking 4 hours later and your entire town is just gone, is what it is. Or it's a situation of, whatever there, and you're basically getting fucked the entire time, is what it'd be then. So, I don't know. It just feels very one sided, I guess, is what the best way to describe it would be. And essentially what it sounded like to me was it started out as more or less a partnership that then turned into sort of knuckle the fuck under or get destroyed by people who are essentially like super pay to wins is what it is. And it's kind of fucked up to me, honestly, dude, because it's like it doesn't need to be that way, man. It really doesn't. And the thing is, like, you're sitting there, like, and my thing is, like, I understand, like, if you're gonna sit there and like be like, okay, you guys need to cut like X, Y, and Z people out of here because they're like obviously you're dead weight in your clan. Here's some new recruits you should be bringing in, is what it is, and just give us like a list of names and stuff. But instead, they're like, oh no, you can't cut anybody, and fuck all these people you want to bring in, is what it is, which is fucked up because since the season has ended now, we've actually cut like at least a good 20 people that were either inactive or like very little active for like the last couple of weeks is what it was then. And now we brought in people that are pretty much daily actives, if not like hourly actives, is what it is there. So it's just bullshit, dude, entirely. And like I said, the thing that sucks is some of these people that came over recently into the clan to replace other people were the people that jumped from other regions into 134 is what it was. And now they're basically, sort of being told, oh, well, sucks to be you. You should have jumped to 144 instead because that's where we're all going. But yeah, from my understanding, though, it's basically going to be our current leader. Told me straight up, she was like, hey, I'm jumping over here. I'm going to lead a new clan over there. You should come with us. And yeah, as soon as she's told me that, and as soon as she said what was going on and stuff like that, and was straightforward with me about the shit, I was like, all right, that's all you need to say to me. That's all you need to tell me was your, like, because my thinking was, it's like, okay, I was split at the time because she was like, I didn't know if she was leaving or not, but then she was like, everybody else was starting to leave is what it was. And all of a sudden she's like, no, I'm leaving too. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going too then, if that be the case. So, because the thing is, like, I was kind of her, like, I consider myself to be her right hand man, like, most of this time throughout the past years, what it was, or at least to begin with anyway, in the first season. And that was like, back in like August, September of this past year. And then, since then, it's basically been, I've kind of been shifted around a little bit. I was R4 for a little bit there, and then I became an R3 now is what it is. Which is basically you go from leadership to not leadership. And it's fine. Like, I'd rather, honestly, in most cases, I'd rather just be a cog in the wheel then. And eventually it would be something maybe where I would be, that guy that's basically just, getting to the point. And my whole thing right now is I plan on being the guy at some point here that's going to be carrying people, and I'm trying to do things and figure out my power levels is what it is so that I can actually carry my weight, and not only that, but also carry other people's what it is, and then that be the case, because instead of it being, oh, we need one T10 to carry, 3 times is what it is in these rallies, we could have like 3 T9s carry once a piece is what it is, and then have like 2 T8s or something in there. that could also, basically be the in-betweens. And, as long as their troops are able to take the hit or whatever the case be through it, like the rest of us can basically, get the wins is what it would be then. And we all five of us could come out ahead is what it would be then. And unfortunately, it's not that quite yet. And I think it has something to do with the way my dogs are set up right now. Like I'm probably gonna need to redo those or something at some point here. Or maybe just, save a shitload of rubies and then eventually up them their power levels from the epic things they have right now to a legendary version, which is gonna be a pain in the ass because it's gonna take like 30,000 to do is what it'll be. So, and unfortunately, there's only ever a few thousand in any of my accounts. I think right now I had maybe like 5 or 6,000 at most. I want to say my main was like maybe 10,000 or something recently. What was left over, but yeah, it's never been anywhere near that 30K is what it is that you need to do it. So unless I would just save up and do nothing for like days at night or something like that, which unfortunately, and I kind of wish that eventually what they would do in this game is, with the amount of rubies it takes to get a dog every day is what it is then. Like, I wish they would down that by about half is what it is, because that right there would save me a bunch is what it would be then. Like I said, having to spend 600 for a fucking, animal then. I could spend, 300 for that animal and be able to get, better off is what it is. But I understand from the game perspective of like, hey, you want people to pay to win is what it is. And unfortunately, too many people are willing to do that to get ahead. And yeah, it just sucks, man. But like I said, it's kind of fucked up to think about what we're seeing here and what's going on here and everything else like that. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens though, going into season 5 with war packs and stuff like that, and now going to this new server, what we're actually going to be experiencing. I think what we're actually going to be going through is what it is you're actually going to have basically pretty much the core of our current clan, which would be the R4s, the high R3s, et cetera, that have been there forever. I think most of them are going to hop ship is what it is in the next, anywhere from like 8 hours here or so to like the next day or so here with the third round is what it'd be then. And then the people that are left are just getting fucked is what it is then, or they'll be absorbed or whatever the case be, or demolished or whatever you want to call it then, zeroed out basically. Or maybe they'll just be left alone, is what it is. Maybe they'll just be dropped and, told to fuck off is what it is then, but won't actually be killed is what it'd be then. Won't have their work go for nothing is what it is, especially the people coming in from another server, which would be even more fucked up, honestly, because it's like, hey, I just came here to be at peace, basically, and y'all are fucking killing me now. What the hell? Kind of thing. And to me, it's very interesting to see what happens here. And I'm kind of hoping, honestly, that maybe 1 or 2 of the people from Aqua will come back, but I don't think they will. I think they'll most likely stay where they're at, which is fine to me because, as I said before, when it came to the one chick that dipped out to that one, she fucking scumbagged us hard in season 2 when she was the leadership of the original clan. She almost got a bunch of us killed for no reason at all, and she was being a fucking cunt is what it is. And I'm gonna call her out like she is, dude. So, and that's the thing. If you want to sit there and pay to win and talk shit at somebody, okay, that's fine. Have them just attack your ass. Don't be fucking, talking shit at everybody and then not telling us, hey, shield the fuck up or you're going to die. And then having us basically be fucked up is what it is. Hell, I almost got zeroed out entirely in that fucking season, dude. Like, I think that's why I'm so far behind right now when it comes to my original account then, is because I basically was sitting there and I think this guy took pity on me is what it was, because he, instead of hitting me with all 4 of his formations, he hit me with 3 of the 4. And then he hit one of my other accounts with the other one is what it was. But yeah, he fucked both of us up really bad. And he cost us a shitload of troops then. Like tens of thousands basically is what it was. And yeah, it just sucks, dude, because that was stuff that now could have been T9 troops going into T10 troops would be then. And it's just bullshit entirely for no reason at all, other than, it's like, oh, your chick pissed me off, so now I'm going to take my fucking aggression on you for some reason, even though you had nothing to do with the situation to begin with, is what it is. So yeah, needless to say, I'm holding on to that fucking grudge forever, is what it is, dude, because fuck her is what it is on that one, dude. So I've always had a problem with that chick after that, man. Because again, she didn't need to be a bitch like that, is what it was. and try to fuck the rest of us over. And the thing was, I wasn't the only one getting fucked over in that situation. There was a bunch of us that got attacked back in that season. Back about 100 and... trying to think how long ago it was now. Can't remember now. That would have been season 2, so it would have been... trying to remember now how long season 1 was. I think that would have been like November, December of last year, somewhere in there. So, yeah. And then we've done season 3 in like, I think it was January to like March or something. And now we just finished up season 4. Here's what it is. And then, like I said, I think it's going to be about 5 or 6 days from now is when we're going to start the next season. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there then. And my thing is, again, I don't really care like whose leadership I'm under, honestly, or whose coalition I'm under is what it is, just as long as it's like everybody's having a good time and a bunch of us are not getting fucked over then. Because I feel like, unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening right now. We're having a bunch of us getting fucked over for zero reason other than the fact that people just want to be dicks and sit there and talk shit at us, but yet won't allow us to have other people come in and take places of people that aren't there is what it is, and get better and get stronger. And the thing that's really fucked up right now actually is the current Eugene event. We're pretty much in second place, only under the motherfuckers who are in first place, which would be the other leader coalition of our fucking coalition then. That clan that's the leader coalition. I should say that's the leader clan of the coalition then. They're the only ones that are one above us. I'm number 1 right now. We're number 2 currently on that. So, yeah, to me, it's just fucking dumb to sit there and be like, okay, we're going to fucking do this bullshit or whatever the case be, but like, fuck you kind of thing. It's like, bro, we have more than pulled our weight at this point. So to sit there and try to tell us that we're the dead weight, y'all are fucking retarded. Like, for real, man. And it does kind of make me wonder what some of these people do for real jobs is what it is, if they even have real jobs, or if they're just one of these people that are just like, kind of a trust fund baby, sponged off mommy and daddy's cash is what it is, and, the Walton heir kind of shit is what it would be then, or whatever the case be, Because for all I know, some of these people are these things, honestly, where it's like, oh, there's some heir to the fucking Walton fortune, or it's like some heir to, like, DuPont or some bullshit like that or whatever, dude. And it's like, oh yeah, I've never had to work a day in my life, and I like playing this game, and I have mommy and daddy's fucking, black Amex card, or whatever the fuck it is then. And I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe that shit 1,000 fucking times a day or whatever then. Because it has next to no credit limit on it. So, and they can just pay it off for me at the end of the month kind of thing is what it'd be then. Yeah, it's just fucked up, dude. If you don't know why I hate billionaires and trillionaires in this country, that's why. Also multimillionaires for that matter. Piece of shit like Bernie Sanders specifically, who wants to sit there and, the funny thing about going back to what Tim Pool said about that asshole a bunch of times, you got Sanders back in the day being like, the millionaires and billionaires of America, and then as soon as he became a multimillionaire himself, it's like, the billionaires of America are the problem now. It's like, fuck you, Bernie, you fucking commie piece of shit. How that dude was ever in the presidential fucking race and wasn't kicked out of U.S. Senate after the fact is absolutely ridiculous to me, honestly. He did it twice, dude. He should have had his ass booted out in 2016. He should have had his ass booted out of Senate in 2020 as well. So, anyway. This is not a political chat, though. We just hate Bernie Sanders, what it is, man. But, or I do anyway. And most of the people on the network do as well, for that matter. But, anywho. The entire point I'm trying to make, though, is in this whole situation is there's a bunch of people that want to pay to win. I don't think they realize, though, that there are some of the people that were from my own clan and stuff like that that were also doing a little bit of pay to win is what it was. And they have upped their power quite a bit, dude. And they are definitely a good chunk of power right now in that coalition. And I think this coalition is going to suffer very quickly when they realize that, oh, fuck, we done fucked up because we just lost like 40 fucking people or something like that in the last like 2 days or something. Not realizing that, hey, we were a big chunk of what was keeping y'all going is what it was. Because that was the thing, man. I mean, they're sitting there bitching at us about, oh, we can't do whatever. But, like, the thing is, dude, like, we were pushing, bro. Hell, like I said, we were sitting there getting our hits in on the fucking comms. We were sitting there helping you take the comms. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had half the fucking comms there. But anyway, so be it. At least one good thing happened out of this whole thing. I got a bunch of shit from being in the coalition that took first in season 4. I was able to use all that stuff. We're going to actually go over what I got this in all my accounts this go around for the whole thing before we end today off right now. So hopefully these will actually come up properly. I don't know if they will or not. Maybe. Come on. You can do it. I'm hoping that these actually are able to come on here without being fucked up or whatever when I click on them, because they have done that in the past, honestly, unfortunately. But yeah, basically to go to the reward stuff I got for this past season, starting out, we got this stuff right here, which is obviously taken first. We got the junkyard and then a bunch of fragments, a bunch of long range speed ups, all the Negan fragments, the cool thing for season 4, all that, various resources and a bunch of keys. Then we also got for other stuff here, I think this is the stuff I got from my solo thing within the actual merit stuff is what it would be then. So it was like 30 hours of speed ups, all the other stuff like that. Actually, no, sorry. This is all the stuff we got from the coalition rewards. So yeah, it was like 30 hours of speed ups of different things, a bunch of other fragments, a bunch of other long ranges, some keys, a whole bunch of stuff for vehicles, etc., etc. Then we got some more stuff for taking first in coalition, which was the keys, a bunch of other veggies and stuff like that. This is what we got for coalition's winning thing, which was 75 hours of speed up stuff across the board for training, everything else like that. And then I think there's one more here. Yeah. Then we got this one too, which was me personally ranking between 100 and 200. Got 48 hours of speed ups, 23 frags, 23 long ranges, and 8 keys. I have used mostly all of the first two, or the second and third things there by now. The only things I haven't used completely would be the keys and the long ranges then. But other than that, like, everything else is pretty much gone. And the thing is, like, I did a lot of that stuff, and not only that, it's like not only my first account, whatever, like the second and the third accounts as well are all gone now. Because the thing is, like, I used a lot of that stuff to up them to the point where they're at right now, and it was basically, getting my T8 into a T9 now, and finally unlocking my sharpshooters to get T9 formations there, and then, doing the same thing with my other accounts and getting all that stuff done up now. And it's worked out well, honestly. And we're to the point right now of, like I said, I'm getting real close right now. Next, I think it's like 3 or 4 days from now is what it'll be then. I'll have my third account basically starting its secondary build for T25s is what it'll be then. Or sorry, for level 25 stuff, where I believe it is the police station or the stable. I forget which one it is now. Or no, stable's already being built. It'd be the police station or the fire station. And that would basically be, 35, 40 days from now. We'll have that done completely then. Depending on speed ups and depending on, boosts and shit like that as well, it would be then. So, but yeah, it'll be a good thing then. And then we'll actually be able to have stuff done correctly, and we can get things done then. And going from there, we can actually do what needs to be done then. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, we can actually have a really good coalition then in the next season then. Since we're, a few days out right now, we'll have a few days to basically build our clan up in this new region and be able to do a bunch of good stuff. Here's what it is then. What's funny to me too, actually, is I remember back when, about 2 months or so ago, when this whole thing all started, there's what it was. And it might have been more like 70-something days ago now. But it was basically when we were merging from our original region of 409 with these other regions that were both pay to wins is what it was. And people were saying then, they're like, oh yeah, man, watch out or whatever the case be. And then somebody else is like, no, it's a good thing because we've been talking with these people and they're, good guys and everything else like that. And they want us to basically be part of their thing. And yeah, the people that were telling us that, by the way, are the like 3 or 4 that jumped ship up to that main clan is what it was there for Aqua, and left the rest of us to basically, fuck off, basically is what it is, dude, and either get stronger by paying to win and getting ahead, or, you know, failing is what it would be in a lot of cases. And unfortunately, for most of us, it was, where we had to grind our asses off to get there is what it was. Some of the people actually did, throw a bunch of money down and start paying to win is what it was. To some extent, anyway. I have no idea exactly how much they spent or what they spent on or whatever the case be, but I know some money was spent definitely there because you have people that were like mid T9 that suddenly became T10s in the past month or so. And I'm just like, that doesn't just happen. You obviously were paying a fuck ton of money to buy a bunch of flasks, is what it was, to get all the technology done to that T10 ultimate thing or whatever. Then, which, like I said, for me, it's going to take fucking forever now because I was doing the calculations recently, and yeah, just to get it all done, it's just going to be fucking hell, man. Unfortunately, I learned recently as well with the statues and stuff that are given to you at level 25. As soon as you get to level 5 on those, you're pretty much fucked because that also takes flasks to up them. Then after that, if that be the case, which is bullshit entirely. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, stop trying to force me to pay to win, game. I'm not going to pay you a dime to win. Like, just give me free shit. Like, seriously. I'm already grinding my ass off. Just do what needs to be done and, like, hand me some good stuff is what it is, man. For real. But, yeah, it is what it is, man. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here, though. But overall, like I said, it'll be fun to see with this new region what exactly will happen there. I already know there's a bunch of people that are going to it right now. And like I said, I think there's the majority. I know Jeff recently jumped on there as one of the T10 guys that are jumping. And I know there was a couple others that were also hopping and stuff like that recently. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I think I'm definitely in good hands right now because I think a lot of these guys that have been there for a long time with me and stuff, and these ones that have been there for only maybe a month or two now with us and stuff like that, they're also jumping ship as well and realizing that, hey, they're good people, but they're also being targeted pretty much if they stay there. So it's like, why stay there kind of thing. I don't disagree with it, honestly. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening right now. In the next, 8 hours or so here, I'll be jumping ship pretty much to a different region. And a bunch of other people will too on that one. And we'll do what needs to be done to save ourselves is what it is then. And hopefully the ones that can get out will get out with us is what it is. And the ones that don't, they'll be left to rot basically is what it is. And unfortunately for them, they're going to get fucked is what it ends up being. So, good luck to y'all, man. I'm hoping that some of them will see, hey, we need to, do these things right now. And we need to get together and stuff like that and be, one essentially. And if they don't want to leave with us, then, it's up to you, man. Like, I'd rather stay, with everybody else and not get fucked over then. And I know at least one of those guys is a T10 right now. He's like a low level one that maybe can hold like 1 or 2 rallies is what it is for the things. We still need like a T9 backup or another T10 to take on that like third hit or whatever. But either way, it's like, dude, you need to be jumping with us right now is what it is. And I have not seen him put his name on that yet. So I'm hoping he does. Like whether it be today or whether it be that third round then. And he'll hop with us then. And the same thing with the rest of them then. I'm hoping that a few of these other ones that have been the R4s and stuff with the coalition for a while now. Or not the coalition, the clan for a while now. I'm hoping they'll pretty much all jump ship with us as well. And, eventually we'll see just a bunch of names going on there that'll be the same thing right now. And I actually figured out recently that apparently when I was trying to jump there with all my guys, I didn't realize that my main account had gotten just enough power right now to basically pop it into the secondary category then for its true power. Because it was under 60 million, I believe, a few days ago. And then I think I ended up getting a bunch of dudes and fragments and stuff like that and up in the levels of dudes to the point where it's like, nope, you're now 61 million is what it is instead of 60 million. So kind of sucks in some ways, but it's whatever. I'd rather be the lowest rung of that though, and then knowing that I'm going to be at some point, in that category of like mid-grade to like, maybe 70 or 80 million and stuff like that. And actually what's interesting is when I read it all my guys now and stuff, and the formations, because I had to redo everything with Mercer and everything like that now, because I got enough T9 sharpshooters for Mercer and Laura both now. And when I did that, it actually readjusted every single level of every dude right now to where now my main crew is well over 2 million. My F2 is now just a little bit over 2 million. My F3 is just over 2 million. And then my F4 that I need to just grind out for like weeks is what it is now for the different stuff to get it upgraded for power and stuff like that is I think like 1.8 million or something. So it's like, yeah, to me, that's pretty good levels, honestly, across the board right now. Now, granted, is it something like, you know, other people that have like 200 million or something like that power and stuff? No, it's not, obviously. But again, it's one of those situations where it's like you're looking at a guy that has the 60 million true power or just over 60 million true power who's done nothing when it comes to paying to win and just grinded his ass off for the last, 300 plus days now. And almost a year now, because it'd be July would be my first anniversary in this game. So it's like, 11 months now, grinding my ass off and getting there and everything else like that versus the guys that have been paying to win at least that long, if not longer. And it's like, hey, who's the real, true winner here is what it is, man. Is it the guy that's sitting there paying to win from the beginning? Or is it the guy that's never paid a dime into the game and yet is still damn good is what it is right now? I think it's the secondary one, honestly. It's people like myself who are the many free-to-play people in this game. So, anyway, it's whatever. It is whatever. And I will definitely be jumping ship here very soon is what it is. Like I said, it'll be about probably 7-8 hours from now. I forget exactly when the thing ends right now. I'll have to check here in a sec, actually. I want to say it's probably like 7 hours now, honestly, give or take. We have our thing for the day 2 here coming up, which would be our tides. So I'm probably going to miss out on those rewards, unfortunately, from jumping and stuff. But either way, it'll be fine because I'll still, we'll get the actual like original rewards when it happens there. I'll have enough time between jumping and stuff like that to get it done. So yeah, right now we have 8 hours, 12 minutes left right now on this. And going to where I am at here. How many people have jumped on that one right now? Let's see, 7 in my category, 15 in the other category. 2 of those are me, so it's 13 other people. I know at least some of the people that are on this list too, because I think the majority of them are from my own clan, and then there's like 4 or 5 that aren't, is what it is. So it does show like there's a big difference there of things where you have just realized I need to get some stuff here. How many's left on that? It's like 9. Yeah, people are doing the Roadhog thing. So I think they're trying to get a bunch of stuff before they jump ship is what it is. Which is cool. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here in a sec. Grabbing my stuff here as well. All right. Yeah, I grabbed a couple earlier. I think it's just them doing whatever now. So make sure I got every one of them that I'm going to get here. Yep, got that one already. Got that one already. Okay, cool. And let's see. Yeah, it looks like Steve was telling everybody like, oh, my stuff's too weak or whatever right now. So Chick's talking. The one girl I was talking about earlier in the main thing here was saying some shit about how she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna just toss up my fucking bunch of T8 troops against you or whatever the case, because I don't have time to actually gear through them or whatever." Then, which is fucking dumb, but whatever. That's on you. That's how you want to roll. That's how you want to roll, man. So I'd probably change them over to T10s eventually. Is what it is. That's just me. So, anywho, I don't think I can do a screen share of this game, unfortunately, because I think it's still messing up. Yep, still messing up. Still, I don't know what the hell is it with StreamYard now. It's like it doesn't want to. Like, it basically is showing like a still frame picture of me right now when I try to share the screen for the game, is what it is, which is absolute bullshit. So I have no idea. It's something to do with the updates, like I said a while ago, and I've continued to say since that happened about a month or so ago. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll just keep doing it like this, and we'll just keep talking about the game, and maybe pulling the fun up if we can, or whatever the case be. But either way, like I said, we're pretty much to a point right now of crazy shit's about to go down, and I don't want to be around when it happens, honestly. And I feel sorry for the people that just jumped into this region and don't have the ability to jump for another 30 days, is what it is, because y'all are gonna get fucked up. Is what it is, dude. So good luck to y'all, man. Good luck to y'all. You did wrong. You picked the wrong region, unfortunately, bro, and that's on you. And it sucks to be you right now. You know, maybe it'll be cool though, and maybe there'll be some people in one of the other clans. Maybe there'll be some people in the blue clan or whatever the case be that are dead weight there, and they'll be able to, you know, kick them out or whatever and accept these people into it or whatever the case be then. Or maybe it'll be something where it's like, okay, cool, we understand that you're a little bit weak or whatever. We just don't even, we'll just kick the clan out of the thing and just leave it alone after that be the case. Because the thing that's fucked up to me is the one guy was telling me, he's like, yeah, they basically have been this two set of clans or whatever there, and they're looking at ours that are from a different region or whatever the case be, is that third one that's gold now, and are sitting there being all like, oh, but as it turns out, you guys are basically an island onto yourselves. And it's like, that's not the case at all, dude. The problem is that you had basically two functioning clans already as a coalition, and then the third one that was like your training clan that you ended up kicking out and then shifting our one into that one then. And you're already basically like, you know, 66% of the pie at that point, to where you're bringing in another 33% of the pie then, and expecting it not to be like basically 2-on-1 bullshit at that point. So I don't know. I feel like the big problem that happened this season, honestly, was that a lot of our people shifted to other clans, honestly. A lot of our original people. Because I noticed there was like, I was looking at some of the people that were in the blue clan right now, and I thought it was only a couple that shifted over there, but it's like 15 or 20 now. And the same thing with a bunch of the other ones now. For like Aqua, there was like 4 or 5 in there or so. So you're talking about like a fourth of our original clan is over in these other fucking clans in our coalition then, that are basically threatening to destroy us now, is what it is. And it's like, what the hell is the point of that, dude? Like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, we should all just be coming back together as like one thing in a different fucking region, if that be the case. So I don't know. It is what it is. I could really give a fuck less. I kind of hope that some of the blue people figure that out, or somebody's having, you know, backdoor meetings with them and stuff like that from our original set of people there, is what it is. And they'll realize, like, yeah, we don't really want to be part of this bullshit either. Like, fuck these people kind of thing or whatever it is. And they'll actually hop ship then too in the next, like, go around or something here. Or at the very end of this current go around or something. Because if not, then they're going to be, you know, basically there on their own island, essentially what it is. And maybe they'll be next. You know, who's to say they're not going to get kicked out at some point or whatever the case be. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It's whatever, honestly. It's basically drama bullshit when it doesn't need to be. And that's the problem when it comes to, you know, basically forcing people to do stuff in games like this, and basically forcing like friendships or whatever the case be. It's whatever, man. So one thing I am going to do actually is I'm going to message some people about what the Discord link is and see if somebody will drop it to me then. So I can actually get into the one Discord server that they're all part of right now, and we can actually have real conversations then outside of the damn thing then. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the day though. I know I said this is going to be, what, like 10, 15 minutes or whatever the case be now. It's been like almost an hour. So that's me, though, right? Like, I just keep rambling on about shit, unfortunately. But nah, for real, I'm getting really tired right now. It's almost 4 a.m. So it'll be the next go around for the thing then. And I'll just do that for about 10 minutes or so here. And then after that, I'm going to go to bed for a while. And, yeah, go to there. That's what it'll be then. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and message some people here right now. Oh, wait. Interesting. Who is all part of this right now? Let's see. So we got about 6 or 8 people right now that have been added into this. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see who else got in then. Let's see. So it looks like a bunch of people that are already jumping ship then or whatever then. So are basically being added into the mix here is what it is then. That's cool. So anyway, yeah, actually let me go ahead and just read some of this. See what's going on right now on this whole thing. And we can finish this off with that then if that'll be the case then. So yeah, as I said, new feature here. So started by that Jeff dude in the clan. You're saying, hey everybody. Everything that is discussed. Okay, never mind. This is all private information. I'm not going to share this just because you never know, man. Yeah. I'm not going to be that asshole that shares it with the world. What it is, dude. It's like, hey, as it was saying, he's like, yeah, everything that's said here stays here. And it's like, okay, cool. That's how it stays, bro. So I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy that spills the beans to everybody. That's what it is, man. So yeah, we are going to read that though here after we finish this chat here. And then, like I said, probably do a couple things and then go to bed after that. That'd be the case then. But either way, yeah, it'll be interesting then. And like I said, pretty much I already know what's going on there is what it is. I already know that we're, heading to 144 is what it is then. So, and I'm sure other people will join us eventually is what it'll be. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there though. So anyway, if nothing else, it won't be everybody, but it'll be like the core of people it'll be. So it'll be like, instead of being like, maybe like 50 or something like that, it'll be like 25 now or something. Or even like maybe 24 or something, maybe even for that matter. So who knows? Either way, interesting. And that's cool with me, honestly. It's like, hey, if I got my, core group of people here and we're all good to go or whatever, and then we got other people that are going to be already be in that server or whatever the case be, and I'll be there, ready to be joining up with us and be part of our, eventual war pact is what it'll be then next season. That's all that matters to me, honestly. And my thing is, it's not even that I have to take number 1 or whatever the case be, or take like the everything is what it is or anything like that. Like, as long as we're just in contention for stuff, that's all that matters to me, honestly. Like, that's all I really care about is getting, some kind of rewards and stuff like that. And I think, if not mistaken, it said recently in the Discord there for the game that apparently, I think it's starting in season either 7 or 8 now, which would be a couple seasons from us right now. You are basically having your merit thing switched over for the season rewards. So it'd be like, instead of you having like all these different things, whatever you have to do, it basically would be like milestone things, which I think are similar to what they showed with the Andrea boxes and stuff like that, and the recent Thriving Forces thing, which, by the way, I do like that, actually. What I don't like is everything that they put in it as a whole there, because I think there could have been some other different things added into that. Or if you like, I think what it should have been is it should have been, to begin with, you have like a choice of what you want for that particular event or whatever it is then. And essentially it would have been like at the bottom, you could have like all the little, moderate box things wherever you can pay shit into or whatever the case be, or you can pay money for the other ones or whatever it is then. And have that as like an option, but then have the other things as like an option too, where it's like, hey, elite level buy stuff, whatever the case be. If you buy like, 4 or 5 things here in this whole thing, whatever the case be, or it's like 3 things or whatever, then we'll give you this much for the thing, whatever the case be. Like that should have been an option, honestly, for one of those. And it bothers me that it wasn't, because there's a lot of times where I was still doing that and it didn't do anything to actually help me out, is what it is there. And it does piss me off quite a bit, because in that, week event there, maybe how many days was it? Maybe 6 days or something. I forget how long it is. It's either a week or 6 days. I'm not sure. But either way, during that event though, the Thriving Forces event, I came within like basically 3,000 to 4,000 points across the board of almost hitting the 4th box for 45,000. So I was basically anywhere between like 40-ish thousand, like I think it was right around 41,000 to like 42-ish thousand, almost 43,000 in one case. But I just couldn't get there just by a little bit, is what it is. And had they actually had the things there for the other ones and stuff, I could have definitely got there, is what it would be then. So it does bother me quite a bit on that one. And then, of course, this morning I ended up falling asleep, or yesterday morning I ended up falling asleep, and thought I had reset my alarm for like 5 a.m., but it turned out it was almost 5 p.m. when it hit. And then, yeah, I basically slept through the entire one thing, and I could have definitely got some shit there then in that and done a bunch more then. Been a lot further ahead when it came to builds and shit. So anyway, it is what it is. It does piss me off though, because in not being able to accomplish that, I end up missing on like, I think it's like 6 or 7 hours worth of speed ups on stuff. So that's a big hit, honestly, when you're talking about things like that. But anyway, that being said, that's where we're at for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And like I said, I'm going to go check out my clan stuff here and see what's actually going on behind closed doors here. And yeah, maybe in a week or two we'll talk about it. But as I've been told now, keep it secret, keep it here, is what it is in the room. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we'll basically go from there, is what it is. So anyway, till later. See you guys in the next one. I'll be back probably in the next couple of days with another episode of the Grandstand. And other than that, we will be on Honda's chat tonight on Rumble. So if y'all want to come over there and check out eHonda 420, I will be on the Gay Frog chat with him and the rest of the panelists. And we'll be discussing whatever, probably Pride Month related stuff or something like that, and how ridiculous it is. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? There's a bunch of stuff going on recently that we can't really discuss much on YouTube, is what it is. So anyway, it'll be a free-for-all probably of myriad of topics and stuff. But other than that, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.